So it's currently 1 a.m., May the 12th, 2018. I am my second year of college, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life. I guess that's sort of the question that we always ask each other or ourselves from time to time, except I think about that every day. Actually, I think about death every day. I don't know why, but I am not in a suicidal way, not necessarily, but just the idea of just not being around all of a sudden, and or being all of a sudden terminally ill and realizing, what have I accomplished up until this point? And I know I'm still young. I'm 20 years old, and once again I'm in college. My real life hasn't started yet, but I don't know. I have a suspicion that things aren't really going to work out very well. Not for a while. I mean, I'm kind of I've had a rough start. I've never really had connections or relationships with people, and I'm not talking about romantic relationships, and of course that either. I've never had a girlfriend before in my life, let alone sex or anything like that, anything of that sort. But just like friends, or I mean, it's all been kind of a facade to me. Everyone's fake, is what I'm trying to say. Or at least that's the kind of impression that I'm getting. There is a lack of genuineness in people, at least around this area. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idealist, or too much of an idealist, and I expect too much from people. But you know what? I don't really ask for much. Okay? I'm not a fucking narcissist. I'm not an energy vampire. I'm not a fucking compliment fisher, or I don't need a lot. I don't. But in the same time, I'm a human being, and I feel like I'm even in a world of technology and computers and cell phones and drones and shit like that. I am like a fucking deserted soul on an island. Like I don't have no connection with anyone. My parents, for example, my father is dead to me. I have no relationship with him at all. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm so socially inept. But I'll get to that later. My mom is okay. She might be the only person in the world that actually cares about me, about my longevity. But I don't connect with her. We don't have any interests. We don't see each other eye to eye in certain things. Her perspectives are completely different from mine. First of all, I don't believe in God, so that's a big difference between me and her. And she does. She still goes to church. I'm just dragged into going to church now. It's completely different. And yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, I admit it. I may not be a horrible person, but in fact, I'm actually I would consider myself, a lot more genuine than a lot of people that I know. I'm very empathetic, but I'm also have social anxiety, and I have social interaction skills. And I blame a lot of that on my father, because he was not a great father figure, and I didn't learn very much from him. And I guess it was only up to my mom, but my mom was good with discipline and stuff and treating me right, but not good with taking me out to the ball game or taking me to karate lessons. She wouldn't do stuff like that. That's, I don't know. I guess that's more of the dad's job, at least to play a sport or something. I've never been athletic. I've had my athleticine period, that just ended not too long ago. But I've never had a group. I've never had a relationships with people, and I don't know. People are complicated. I don't know. Fucking people here are idiots. They're just. I don't know what the words are. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing right now. But I guess I deserve this because I have this barrier. I mean, let's just take a recap here. I mean, I'm a second-year college student. I don't drive. Okay, I don't have a license. I don't have a car. I've never had a job before. I've never had a girlfriend. I never had a relationship in that kind. I guess that's not really something to list, but still, it doesn't. I don't know. I guess I don't have the moxie. I don't have the interest that people want. People want a lot. That's one thing that I've learned. People are too idealistic and they need things. They need a lot of things from you. But again, I feel like I pour out a lot. I feel like I listen to people. I feel like I give advice. I feel like I help people, but I don't get anything back, and I don't know. People are just selfish and ignorant, and I don't know. Why are the most... I feel like the people on top, or the people who, and by on top I mean socially on top, who have the most connections, need it the least, and the people on the bottom who don't really do, or at least they deserve it, or maybe, or like they're like more designed for it. I don't know. I feel like I'm obviously an introverted person, but I feel like I'm very, like I would be great for that. I don't know. I feel like I would be appreciated, but no one does. No one. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. Appreciated. I don't feel fucking appreciated. I'm squandered. I don't know. My interests, my perspectives on life are maybe a little too extreme for people of my generation. Socially, I feel like a 4-year-old, but in terms of wisdom, I'm an old man. I'm not saying I'm intellectually superior to people that I know, but I definitely do think and say things that are maybe a little too, for lack of better terms, advanced. I don't know. There's a poverty in the English language. There are certain words I want to express that I don't really know what to say, but for example, I mean, sometimes I'll just be with a group of friends taking pictures on top of a hill somewhere, and then I'll just be laying down by myself on a bench, staring up on the stars, contemplating my existence and just in awe, just awestruck by the vastness of space, just staring out there. And then I'll have a couple of my friends, on the side, and ask me, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, can you guys, and I'll just say, hey, can you guys imagine how huge the universe is? Doesn't that, blow your mind? And they'll just be like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Hey, can you want to go pose over here for a second, And I'm like, I mean, we weren't there to do that. We were there to take pictures, not go through some existential crunches or anything like that, or philosophy or whatever. But still, it's just like I feel like people don't like I don't know, the way that people think or the interests maybe just as perspectives are just too different. I'm too different from people. I'm extremely humbled to be alive. I think about it every day. I think about death every single day, not in the suicidal sense, or at least not necessarily. I mean, in my current state, one can only go so long before thinking about that from time to time, but I've not considered it. But just the fact that, one day I could be terminally ill, and then I'll have 5 months left to live, and I'll have to plan out my funeral, and I'll have to think about what I want to spend my last moments on this road like, and that I'll be gone for the rest of existence. I mean, first of all, I don't believe in God. I was religious. I did have friends who went to a church, who goes to church currently, but I don't feel connected with them anymore. And I guess part of that is because, I don't go to church anymore, but also it's just, I don't know, I feel kind of judged. And, fuck, I don't know if I'm going to upload this. I'm not high or drunk enough to upload this. I don't know if I will. If I do, then I really know I'm losing my mind. But, because I'm speaking a little too honestly. But, yeah, that's all I ever do. I feel like I'm by no means I'm not exaggerating. Like, I really feel like people are just not genuine. People are just completely disingenuous. I don't know. I just don't have any more faith. Again, lack of words here. Faith is not really my most favorite word, because that usually pertains to religion, which I again don't have no faith for. But in a non-religious way, I've just lost my faith in people, in relationships that I have. I'm weeding out all the. I don't know if I already said this, but I'm trying to disappear. I'm trying to get out of not out of society, but out of people's lives. Hopefully, within a year, people will forget about me, or people that I used to know right now. You know what? I think what I'll do is I'll probably schedule this upload in the future as a time capsule, maybe in a year from now, so that in case I'll be dead within the next year, this will go on YouTube and stay on the internet. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make a second part of this or anything. This is really just a unfiltered brainstorm from my mind. I don't know what to say. It's like 1 a.m. right now. 1:06 actually. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I've always done something wrong practically or socially. I don't know. It's just stressful dealing with people. They just want too much, and they don't listen. They don't listen. Whether you're giving advice or you're asking for help, they just don't fucking listen. I don't know. I don't know how much time I have left, and I feel like I'm wasting it. I feel like I invested way too much in people, and or maybe not enough. I'm just too idealistic, I guess. I don't know. What else is there to say? I don't know. Okay, bye.